Yes. Is
that what we're holding?
And then we'll go to Lamed. There's no name to the thing, just a voice Echad. It says over there, Ein levorach shum bracha g'shecheles tefillin. When you're taking off the tefillin, you shouldn't make a bracha. Afilu cholzen erev Shabbos ben hashmoshes, she'oz chayiv hu lachos. In other words, when you're taking it off during the day, you're supposed to tefillin the whole day, so it's not right in other words. So you can't expect to say that you should have to make a bracha if it wasn't right that you took them off. But when you must take them off, so Marshall on Erev Shabbos v'yantev Ravzman tefillinu u'k'shemanichan olav l'shem mitzvah over al b'tosef. So not only you have to take it off, but you're not even know how to put it on. You come and kivin shemanichan olav b'lei kavana l'shem mitzvah. Ein b'zeh isem en atayda, el b'divrei safon. B'shem gezeira shema yeseh behem gushus harabim. And if there's no mitzvah, so you're wearing the tefillin, so you're carrying in gushus harabim, which costs the siman lamed aleph.
Why should you have a half a minute to make a bracha? Where are these things and other things that you take?
You're making a mitzvah. You're taking off the tefillin.
The mitzvah of removing it film?
Yeah.
Why is it a mitzvah, taking every tefillin?
Because you're not allowed to have tefillin on Shabbos Yom Tov.
That's what he's saying.
Oh, you're not allowed to tefillin on Shabbos Yom Tov.
That's what he explained.
Oh, that's what he's saying. Because of that reason.
He says Leficha, actually says it, L'shayach bracha, kivin alzeh, kivin shebechalitza tefillin, mitzad atzma, ein bo mitzvah, ve'ein chotzen, ela mishum gezeira.
So you're not doing a mitzvah by removing it, you're just taking it off because of maybe the Shema.
To make a bracha. Ve'ein tzorach emek kishachotzen b'chol samach l'shkiya shachama, she'ein lo levorach al zeh, because sharei layla zman tefillinu, ve'ein tzorach lechotzen, ela she'ein moedin kein the abidin that you can wear at night. So again, you're not doing right by taking them off. Okay, now go to the next simon. What I don't really understand about the next simon, the talks over here, Zman HaNachasim, the times that you could wear tefillin. So this is really, till now we learned about wearing tefillin, and we learned how to put on tefillin and everything. So now he's telling you, that's how I am shot over here. Now he's telling you when you have to wear tefillin. We're not talking now about the daily tefillin. We're talking about the times of tefillin. So he says, Laila zman tefillin min hatayda. The night min hatayda you can wear tefillin. Shenema v'somata as a chuk hazayis l'moedem yom yamimo. So it says yom yamina shemashma oy yomim v'lei legas. Is ein akos medaber b'cheskes hatefillin el b'chukas haPesach. This particular pasuk is talking about Pesach. Shenemar l'mayla v'yavadet es avodah zois Pesach. Aber Chachamim also lo nir tefillin b'layla v'nei shehu zman shino u'gezeir Shema yishkach v'yoshem b'hem, may fall asleep. V'asa lishon b'tefillin mitam she'is by b'simen mem dalet, because maybe he wouldn't be able to control his body.
So if people sleep by day, maybe they shouldn't put tefillin by day also. If that's the reason.
Over here he's talking about going to sleep.
Usually people go to sleep.
People don't go to sleep. They may fall asleep. Yeah. But over here, Laila is man shino. L'kach, av ha'ara shal amoid ha'shacham, Shu Yom, V'chol HaMitzvahs HaMudas B'Torah. Everything starts with Rosh Hashanah. Also, Anicham, you're not allowed to put them on. Ad Shetagia, Eis Kima Mishina. Until you reach the time when people wake up. People don't wake up at Rosh Hashanah, they wake up by Netzach Hama. V'roi b'nei Adam dahainu ad sheyor hayom. B'rdei sheyira es chavere b'roichik daled ames v'yakirenu. See, you have to understand that among the Satan, they didn't have electricity.
Of course.
So Mamela, and they didn't. Candles was a novelty. So when they came home at night from work,
That was it.
and had to eat supper, they lit the candles, and they stood awake till the candles are burning. And in the morning,
They didn't wake up until they got light.
they woke up when it became light. They didn't before that. They didn't want to get out of bed if they
Couldn't see anything.
The Haina Shia Islam was that. Berachat v'yakirenu, v'hu sheyiyeh chavere harogel imoim. In other words, ksas. It means to say, if someone that you know is not far from you, you'll recognize him. The same person, if it's someone that you don't know, you wouldn't decipher who he is. She'igu rogel ima haber yakirenu afil berachik. If it's someone that you know, so even a bigger distance between you and him, you'll recognize him. If he doesn't know him, even if it's very close, he'd have to look very close to see. It's dark. So we're talking, it has to be a chaver that he knows him somewhat, to the extent that if he's within a certain limit from him, he would recognize him.
So why did he put in the first line over here, Laila Zman Tefillin, and then he tells the whole thing here about Yom? What does that first line indicate? That line doesn't give us anything. First, the Laila Zman Tefillin. And then he goes, he says, the whole reason he gives Psukim over here tells Yom Yomim, it doesn't bring anything about Laila. And it says we don't do it because of the night, because of that.
He means that halacha.
So what is that line telling us?
But
What's the follow-up of that line? Just letting you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Im hinirem kaidem tzeisek achavim v'choshcha olav. In other words, it came dark. Afilu hein olav kol alayla mutter, because he didn't put them on at night. Of ein moed ken avocha l'maisa. We don't put. We told we told to take it off. Shema yavel anicha atchil b'rayla. If we let him get away with this here, he'll do it a whole time. Rochen v'yasa kain ela beinay lebein atzmai, aval loy barabim. Shema yitu loyma shemut l'anicha atchil b'rayla. Like we mentioned yesterday that when we spoke about the story, about the question, if you'd be standing when you put on the tefillin or sitting when you put on the tefillin, so they write over there that when people didn't watch him, he was sitting, and when people watched him, he was standing. Elam kenu bebeis hamedesh, shebeyesh bebeis hamedesh ein lochash sheyitu.
Because he know halacha.
Because there's Talmid Chacham. Ve'im lecholas tefillin kishegia Alois Hashachar.
Tzeisek achavim.
No. Tzeisek, yeah. Ve'im kishegia tzeisek achavim. B'nei shrohayeloi mokem ushomer doesn't have where to watch them. V'nim to all of kedei l'shomer. That was the mutter umayim kain. This we paskin. V'sorach sheyayim l'royim
So also
She'oisa ken gushamrim.
I'm only wearing
He's
it
not
because I
doing
have
it.
no
He's not doing it for the mitzvah. He's doing it to protect them. Aber also anichem ola atchil balayla k'day l'shamrim that you're not allowed it. V'im anichem ola mabad yoyim b'shul sheyir ola balayla k'day l'shamrim mutter. Aber ein modern kein l'anichem atchil b'shvil kach. It's only if he was wearing it and it came nighttime and he didn't take it off because he doesn't wear it, so then we allow him to do it.
You're saying before that if you that only by a person that if you know a little bit, if you know a little bit of person, so then Mishiyakir, only if you know him a little bit. But if you know a person a lot, he says not a person if you know a lot, because if a person
No. He's saying that the shir. You said before that the shir is the time it takes to recognize someone that you know a little bit. What's the shot? Know a little bit. So he's saying because someone that you know very well, you could recognize him when he's closer to you, and someone that you don't know at all. I'm sorry, forget. Someone that you know very well at all, you could recognize him in the distance, and someone that you will not, you correct, and someone that you don't know, even if it's closer to you, wouldn't. So the shit is, let's say, man is standing here. Okay, so we're saying, it depends if he sees his chaver over here. So what are we talking about? Because that he knows, because someone that he knows very well, he'll recognize him when he's here. And someone he knows he doesn't know at all, I'm sorry, someone that he knows him very well, he'll recognize him when he's here. And someone that he doesn't know at all, he wouldn't recognize him even if it's closer. So the shit is a little distance and not too far.
It means as follows. It means the seeing the person is how light it is outside that you're able to recognize the person. That's the idea. At a certain time of the day, you can see a certain distance. When it's just coming light in the morning, you could see 10 feet. Get to the light, you could see 50 feet. But a friend that you know, even at 50 feet, when it's only 10%, you'll be able to still recognize him.
that's not good if you know him.
No, but if you know him, that's not a fair amount. We say, how much is it? A person you could see Mashiyakir, a person who you know a little bit, you know, but you don't know him well. And if you could see him in Daled Amos, then you know that time of the day, whatever time that is, that's what time of the day you would be allowed to start putting on.
Well, in the calendars that they give Zmanim, so there's a Zman for Alois HaShachar, there's a Zman Mashiyakir, and there's a Zman for Netzach Hama. It's two separate times.
And how did they know what time that Yakir is? Now Yakir is...
You told me the Alter Rebbe Paskins Mishiyakir. We Paskin Mishiyakir.
Everybody Paskins.
So how do they daven so early in the morning? I mean, there's no daven. There's nothing to do. Nothing.
Moshe today, Alois HaShachar is very early. It's about 4:30, and Netzach Hama is sometime. No, Alois is even before that. And Netzach Hama is something about 5 o'clock. So when it comes 6 o'clock, it's broad daylight. But Amolga Zeiten, the Alois HaShachar is around 6 o'clock. So those shuls that have people that have to go to work, and they have to daven, they have a 6 o'clock minyan. So either they wait during those weeks, they wait another 15 minutes, or they start and they don't come to Krishma till, let's say, 6:15. It's a big problem, especially, they're talking about changing the clock. That it should
they're going to make it one way always.
It'll be a problem for the Jewish people that have to daven early in the morning.
In Europe, it's already a problem.
Yeah?
People cannot daven until 8 o'clock.
Oh, yeah?
In Germany.
What do they do?
I don't know, but I know in America that there's a lot of talk about that. To change the clock.
So they're gonna have people, AI, putting on film. Not gonna.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got service time is an economical thing. That they want the day to be longer, so you don't need electricity.
But today, most of the electricity goes on other things.
So, but that's the cheshbon. I mean, that's why
That's
they
where
made
it
it to
came
begin
from.
with.
And probably the most electricity now comes from the air conditioners now.
No, we're talking about the light, push the light. Talk about light. This is people have a night, so to say, that they can go out, to eat with. In the winter, come 5, 6 o'clock, it's dark already. People don't want to go already. Hoya Baba Derech.
No, Gimel.
No, skip to
Rabbi.
the Gimel? Okay. Yeah, right. Hoya Reitzel Lotzes L'derech, Vashkama. If you wanted to leave, or you had to leave very early in the morning, Kaidem Sheyor Hayom. He means when Yor Hayom could be over here Kaidem Netzachama. We're saying that you have to wait Kishiyake, and Kishiyake is before that. So Yochel Hanicham Kaidem Yitziyasei, Ukishmagia. No, it could be Alos Shachar. So that it's before Kishiyake. And B'mel Yochel Hanicham Kaidem Yitziyasei. Like I said, the same thing. They have a minyan 6 o'clock. So he puts on the tefillin. וכשמגיע זמן ימשמש בהם ויבורך שאין לך השליך השם ישם בהם כיוון שהשכם. He just got up, you don't have to worry that maybe he's going to go to sleep. ויצא לדרך.
That's why he woke up. He got up to go out.
שבאמת דברים אמורים בהירו ברגלו. שאין יכול לישון בהילוכי.
Right.
You can't sleep while you're walking. If he's driving or he's sitting in a wagon, that he could
Fall asleep.
And many people, like when they're in the car, not in the car, but like in a bus or on a train or plane, they sleep right away. Is mutter anicham kaidem.
No, also.
anicham kaidem zmanim. Hoya bo b'derech. Utfilin b'roishe. He's coming back from a trip. V'shaka olav chama. And he touches up the 100 seisek achavim. He doesn't mean shkia, but he means seisek achavim. Ve'eina roitzel cholson. He doesn't want to take them off and hold them in his hand. Because Shema Yiplu Miyadai, maybe they'll fall. So Meniach Yoda Alayim, Ad Shemagia Lebeisai, Mnei Harayim. This is a concern for the people that see him. Shaloi Yitu, they shouldn't make a mistake. Lema Mutter Aniyat Filin Ratchil Balayla. Before he said if he's in a Beis Medrash, it's okay, because the people in the Beis Medrash will understand his situation. But over here, people in the street that see him will not understand his situation, and they'll think that he's just wearing tefillin. Now he says, "V'chein hayosheb b'Beis Medrash, tefillin b'roishay, v'kiddush ola b'erev Shabbos b'yontiv." She'ein zman tefillin, they are not zman tefillin. Eini yochel rachses u'anichem shom b'beis hamedrash. She'besod v'nei she'ein mokem mishtame meniach yod areim ad she'yovel b'beis. She'mishum bizoyin hatefillin hatilu lachnisam derech malbish l'ir. But if he's in the Beis Medrash, you don't have that excuse. He's in the Beis Medrash. V'im yesh bayis karev l'chayma, Shemishtamim Sham. If there's a house that he could drop them off over there and
Next to it.
they're safe. Chotzen Umanicham Sham. V'yerich Behem Yosef. V'ir. Bein Belelu Shabbosais. B'yom Tovim. Bein Belelu Hachol. In other words, there's no excuse, but if he doesn't have, he can't, he doesn't know where to take them off. I mean, where to put them, or he's afraid they'll drop them. So then,
You give him a leniency.
But if there's a place where you could, it's like a mortgage item, there was, not a mortgage item, people that must have came with a plane, and they took a taxi, and it was out of Shabbos, so they would, told that they would pay the taxi money,
Take all
and
of
they
this
told
stuff.
them, you take this to this address, and they would walk.
I walked 10 miles once
Really?
in Chicago.
With your stuff? What did you do with your
No,
stuff?
I gave the taxi, I saw it's not going to happen. I gave him $50 like 25 years ago, 40 years ago. Told him bring it to this address, and then come out to Shabbos, I'll give you another 50.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because if we take everything, he would have like many times 50. And I use them every week.
That's good if you have a Goyish driver. Sometimes the taxi is a Jew, you know, it's a big problem.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they told a story that there was a man called a car service. His wife was giving birth. So he had to go to the hospital. So he tells the dispatcher, I need a car to go across to my Maimonides. She said, but don't send me a Jewish driver. So, you know, so she goes on the phone and talks to all the drivers to see if someone's available. She says, I have an anti-Semit on the phone. Is anybody available? Misha Shochach.